What is up, everybody? Welcome
Hey, you guys.
to the Friday night edition of Hope 30 Live.
We're here.
I am so glad that you're here. We're here. Listen, you know why we're here? Because time is running out.
Woo.
All right. The cutoff, the unofficial, I will tell you that if you absolutely email us and beg and plead, we will probably let you in after the deadline. But tonight at midnight,
we try to be strict.
Friday night at midnight is the deadline to sign up for this round of Hope 30.
Yes.
So if you want to sign up, just go over to Hope, spell out the word 30.com, get on there, go sign up right now. If you've been kicking the can, you've been, oh, should I not? Go ahead and sign up. The time is now. Time is running out. If not, you're putting it off for at least another 40 days.
Yeah.
And let's face it, if it's something that you want to do, there's no reason to put it off. So thank you guys for getting on tonight. When you are getting on, if you wouldn't mind putting down in the comments,
yes, please,
where you're coming in from and whether you're watching it live, because I gotta know, are you getting the full energy of Dr. Jim and Nicole live? Are you watching it on the replay? But either way, tonight is going to be awesome. Now, another thing I would love if you would, because we're going to use this later. Oh, Nettie.
Oh, Nettie.
Welcome back.
Yay, Nettie.
From Yorktown Live. Listen, what I would really love for everybody who gets on the Zoom, on the live, and I'm going to re-ask this question again later, but if you can preempt it. If you have ever done a weight loss program before, and what you can say is, something you've done before. Maybe you did a book or an app or like an official program, something you've tried before that you feel like maybe you failed at.
It's show and tell right now.
All right.
And
because tonight we're going to talk all about what we're going to call we want Hope 30 to be your failure Etch-a-Sketch.
There you go. Shake it up.
Do you guys remember Etch-a-Sketches? It was one of my favorite things when I was a kid, and you could draw all the pictures on it. And then if you're like, ooh, I messed up, you know what you did? You just shook it.
Yeah.
And it all went away and you could start over. Well, tonight we're going to talk about how Hope 30 can be your Etch-a-Sketch for your future in weight loss. We can sort of erase all those past things that you feel like you failed at. We're going to talk about tonight where I don't think you failed. I think those programs failed you. So when you're getting on, if you wouldn't mind putting down in the comments where you're coming in from, whether you're watching it live or on the replay, as well as if you have done any type of weight loss program and you feel like maybe it didn't work out for you, you felt like a failure, please go ahead and put that down in the comments, and that would be amazing.
Yes.
Now, if you want to get really cool in the comments and you want to say what didn't work out, like
what have you tried? What have you done?
Why you didn't think that worked out, that could also be great. All right. So tonight we're going to talk about how Hope 30 can be sort of your Etch-a-Sketch for your weight loss process.
Clean slate.
Your clean slate. Nicole had an incredibly great visual, graphic, mental
picture.
picture.
Very visual learner. So that is how I do things.
So, if you think about it, if you've ever seen teachers trying to teach in front of the class and they've got the chalkboard and they write all over the chalkboard, and then somebody has this brand new, perfect, clean eraser, and then you could just go up and just erase the chalkboard.
I think nowadays they're smart boards and they just hit a little button. But back in the day, I loved the chalkboard. I loved going up there. I loved the erasers. It was you could write really big. You could make really giant mistakes, and then you could just get rid of it, right? And so right now, as we go back to school, that visual is always in my mind. It's the Etch-a-Sketch, it's the do-over, and then it's that clean, fresh chalkboard, a fresh year, brand new notebooks, empty pages, and just ready for the journey.
My wife has a paper problem for all of you that want to know. She loves notebooks. Not yet. We'll talk about Nettie. Thank you for that comment. Thank you for that.
And really, when my son would go for his school supplies, I would get mine too.
Yeah, exactly.
I would get a bag for myself.
Nettie, we're going to talk about what you posted there in just a second.
Thank you for sharing, Nettie. Thank you.
But thank you. So
that gives us a good start.
This is what I want to talk about when it comes to what may have felt like a failure in your journey of weight loss. Many people, and I'm going to tell you this from my own personal experience, is many people, you've watched an infomercial. You heard somebody say, "Oh, I read this book and it was awesome. Oh, I joined this gym or I did this program." And maybe you've all been like, "Yes, I'm going to do the same thing." And maybe you've done one of these programs. Maybe they're a big name brand program that everyone's heard of, or maybe it was a book or an app or something else. And at the end of it, you either didn't lose weight, or maybe you lost weight and couldn't keep it off. And at the end of that, you were left feeling like a failure.
Yeah, every time.
And I know what that feels like, to feel like, oh, I tried really hard and I gained all the weight back, or I tried really hard and I couldn't lose the weight. I was hungry all the time. It just, maybe there's something wrong with my genes. I think I'm just big boned. Like all the things. And you just start like racking your brain, like, what's wrong with me that I can't do it? And it starts to just chip away and chip away and chip away at your self-confidence. And I want you to know right now, tonight, that you are not a failure.
No.
You did not fail at weight loss. Those programs ultimately failed you.
Right.
All right.
And so before we get started, what I want you to do is I don't want you to think about any of that. I don't want you to think about everything that he just talked about. It's all in the past. It's all last year. This is a brand new school year and a brand new beginning. So none of that, all of that is in the past. And now we want you to open up your hearts and minds to what's possible.
Yes. Yes. So the idea is that if you want to, where most of those programs, probably the reason why they didn't work great for you, again, it's not your fault, but it's their fault. And the reason is that to be highly successful in weight loss and keeping it off, it's like a table, right? And a good sturdy table has 4 legs to keep that table up. And it is most likely that almost everything you've ever done up until now was missing at least one of those legs. You might have had a table with only 2 legs. What happens to a table that only has 2 legs?
A little tippy.
It falls over, right? A table with 3 legs falls over. Table with 1 leg, I don't even know if you could call that a table, right? And so the truth is that most of the programs that you may have done in the past had maybe 1 or 2 of the legs, but they didn't have all 4, and that's why it wasn't sustainable. So I really like this. So Nettie was brave enough to throw out there that Nettie did keto. She lost 20 pounds, but it was not sustainable for the long term. Well, we hear that a lot. And so and here's the thing when you talk about keto, all right? Keto is an eating style. And it's not a bad eating style. I think it can be a great eating style. It's a good foundational eating style. It can certainly do things that may help you shift from being a sugar burner to being a fat burner. But here's the thing. There's 4 legs to a table. Keto is an eating style. That is one of the 4 legs.
Yep.
So the truth is if you only have one of the 4 legs to your table and it became something that yes, you were able to lose 20 pounds, but it was not sustainable and you couldn't do it long term, it's because we did not have the other 3 legs of the table. All right. So inevitably, keto, the table fell over, Nettie. It was keto's fault. It's not necessarily your fault.
That's
okay.
Right.
Because what we need all 4 legs of the table. So in order to be successful, you need a diet, you need an eating style that is simple, easy to follow, that you can implement, that is going to have food lists for you so you know exactly what to eat, you know how much to eat, you know when to eat, you know how often to eat, and you've got recipes. Like if we give you food lists and recipe sites, and we do cooking demonstrations for you. If we created sauces and salad dressings and stir fry sauces that had no sugar and no calories and no fats and oils, that you could use as part of the program to make the eating style simple, you could probably follow that eating style. If we made that eating style long-term sustainable because it's real food, it's not shakes and bars and things like that, we've sort of done the very, very best thing we can do to give you a solid nutrition plan in Hope 30. But here's the thing. You only get if you're doing keto, you only get an eating style.
Right.
So everybody, if you've got on late, if you have done any type of weight loss program before and maybe it didn't work out for you, or just like Nettie said, clearly she lost 20 pounds.
Yeah,
that's amazing.
Exactly.
It just wasn't sustainable and she couldn't keep it off, which is, let's face it, that's the whole goal of this, is then we can go, okay, well, what do you need for a weight loss program to be successful? Because if you didn't fail, the program failed you. And so we need the 4 legs of this table. So if you've done any programs and maybe they felt like a failure to you, please list them because I'll like to use them as an example here. So number 1, you got to have an eating style. Number 2, you have to work on making sure that you fix a broken metabolism.
Right.
All right. Because I can't tell you how many people are following an eating style and their metabolism is so broken that even when they eat super low calorie and they eat what everyone else is eating and all these other people are losing a ton of weight and they're not losing anything, it's because their metabolism is broken. Mm-hmm. And one of the things that we do in Hope 30 is we make sure we have an advanced metabolic questionnaire test, and it helps identify what areas of your metabolism you're struggling in and what exact vitamins, minerals, and nutrients that your body needs to help fix those broken areas of your metabolism. So that's 2 legs of this table. We need an eating style. Mm-hmm. We need to fix this broken metabolism. All right. Then the third part is many people are like, well, what about exercise? Well, we talked a lot about exercise last night, and so many people either aren't doing any exercise or they're doing exercise in a way that is actually counterproductive to their weight loss.
Which is mind-blowing.
It's counterproductive to your fat loss. And so in Hope 30, we make sure that we adjust your exercise to just what you need so that you can shift from sugar burning into fat burning. And then and for some of you, that might be like, you know what? You may want to not do a bunch of extra. You may just want to go for some walks, do some yoga, but not like do high intensity exercise for 30 days and let your body calm down, let those adrenal glands chill out, and let your body shift from sugar burning into fat burning. And once we do that, then we can do a style of exercise that helps you burn fat and build muscle, but we want to do that after we've done that. So a lot of programs either don't have any exercise,
right,
or they just tell you, eat less, exercise more.
And really quick, and he brought up a good point that last night we talked all about that, and we've had a lot of really amazing topics. So if you're coming to us tonight and you haven't been able to be with us live this week, go back on the Facebook page that you're on or in YouTube and scroll back through and watch some of these things that we're talking about, because we've gone really in depth every single day about the topics that you're about to kind of bring up. So
yes.
So
we've got eating style. So we're talking about the 4 legs of this table that you need to be successful. What's going to make a program work for you versus those other programs that have failed you. And so you have to have this eating style. You have to work on getting the right nutrients to fix your broken metabolism. Third, you've got to exercise right for your fat loss, which for some of you may be not at all.
Right.
Some of it may just be light exercise. And then we can turn it around towards the late 30 days and really give you a long-term plan so that you can really make sure that you're burning fat, building muscle with your exercise. And the fourth one, maybe one of the most important ones, definitely lacking if you were just doing keto, which is you really, really need accountability and coaching.
Yes.
All right. I can't tell you, listen, this for me personally, accountability is number 1, because I have read every book. I've read Keto and Atkins and Mediterranean. And I've been researching these things for 20 years. And it's not, so do I have a lack of like if I'm unsuccessful in weight loss, is it because I have a lack of information? When I gained 60 pounds and became a type 2 diabetic, is it because I didn't know the information? Or is it because I wasn't doing the activities, right? And one of the ways that you can ensure that you're doing the activities is being in a group that helps you be accountable. And so in Hope 30, we have, it is a tremendous amount of high touch accountability.
Yes.
So that really helps you stay focused in doing it. But in addition to the high touch accountability, we are going to give you coaching, because guess what? What happens when your eating style and you're fixing your nutrients and you've changed your exercise and now you've plateaued? What do? So we have this accountability and coaching, which is we're going to adapt your eating style or adapt your program to make sure that you get the most out of it. This is not a set it and forget it kind of program. This is always adapting and changing to you individually and specifically. So that becomes the 4 legs of what makes a really successful program. Is you've got to have an eating style. You've got to get the nutrients to fix your broken metabolism. You've got to address exercise in whatever way is going to be best to help you for fat burning. And then the 4th part is you've got to have accountability and coaching. And when you put all those together, those are the things that ultimately make Hope 30. And unfortunately, Nettie, this is why I want you to know keto is just an eating style. And and no one adapted it for you long term to make it sustainable. And maybe, I know that you have you've had some joint issues. So like no one gave you like an exercise piece that you could possibly do to help keep going. And maybe no one really helped you work on fixing your broken metabolism. So you had one of the 4 legs. With Hope 30, you're going to have all 4 legs.
And so one of my favorite legs, and we'll get to that in a second. Hold on one second. So what Jim was talking about, the last leg that he talked about, is what I really think, and I'm glad that you talked about it last. Hold on, we'll read that first.
No,
and then
go ahead.
We'll come back to it. Go ahead. Go. Read it out.
In the past, I tried Weight Watchers, HCG, and intermittent fasting with no food guidance in the past. They worked short term. I started Hope 30 1 year ago this month and lost 40 pounds.
Woo!
Kept it off and never felt better. I'm going for 25 more, and I know I can do it.
Yes, and we know you can do it too. That's amazing.
Wow.
Amazing.
That is amazing.
That is amazing.
And again, I think what this points to is Weight Watchers is eating style accountability. Okay. HCG, eating style. Maybe there was maybe someone was helping, but not really. So eating style and something supplementing. Intermittent fasting, eating style. Like do you guys see where they're all missing? Like Weight Watchers, there was the only one that had an eating style and accountability, but then they're missing exercise and they're missing fixing a broken metabolism. And so this is really why it works. And so thank you, Sarah. Yes, that's amazing.
We're so excited. That's amazing.
What a great quote.
Well, so I really think that the last leg that Jim was talking about was the accountability and the community. And, when you're doing some of these, you feel like you're out in the abyss, you're all by yourself and you're reading alone, you're using an app alone, like Weight Watchers. I think they had like a weekly weigh-in or meetings that you could do. And maybe there was a community online, because I won't say that, all of these are bad in and of themselves, but they just didn't have all these 4 legs. And my favorite part about Hope 30, the thing that really, really makes us so different than everything else is that fourth leg and that community, and that the people that, you know, all day long, you're living your life. We say we're running our own race, but we're on this journey together, and you have somewhere to be. Like you have to come to the meeting. I mean, you don't have to, because we'll send you the replay the next day. If you can't attend live, that's okay. A lot of people ask us that. We always send the replay, but if you can attend, you'll want to start attending, because it's like, okay, I've got to be there because all my new best friends that are in this group, in this Zoom, you know, we're all showing up. We're all learning together. We're all asking questions together, and you just don't want to miss a bit of it. And so you're learning. You're in a community of support and cheerleading, and you want to do well because everybody's in there trying to be their very best. And so it's such an important part, and that something like Zoom and this technology can bring people. We have Hopesters from Canada, from California to Florida to Texas to Nebraska. Everybody's all over the country. They've called their college roommate and they're reconnecting over. So everybody, when we all come in, they're all like, hi, they're all waving to, we think they're waving to us. They're not. They're waving to their family member who they normally don't get to see every single night. So I really think that the accountability, I mean, they're all amazing. All the legs are important. We can't not have any of them, right? We need all four. But I will say that the accountability, the community, the support, you don't get that when you're sitting and reading a book by yourself at home. You don't get that when you're watching YouTube, because there's a lot on YouTube. That person on YouTube isn't coming into your living room sort of every night and talking to you and answering your questions point blank. You know, it's really, really, it's like it's a virtual classroom, right? And so it's back to school with all your new classmates. And it's so exciting to hear this. Thank you so much for sharing your journey, because I think that we go live and it's so helpful when Hopesters come in. And what's so cool about this is that kind of answers Nettie's sustainable question, because you've kept it off and now you're going for the gold, and you're going for that final goal, and you have the hope, knowing that the system works, that this program works, and that you're going to go for it. So that is very exciting.
That is super exciting. Thank you for that. And what's important, and what I think that shows is when you have all four legs, all right, when you have all four legs of the table, you can lose 14.9 pounds average in 30 days.
Yes.
You can shift from being a sugar burner to being a fat burner. You can go on to lose 40 pounds and keep it off for a year and then decide I want to lose more. Like, these are the things that happen when you have all four pieces. Mm-hmm. If you only have one or two legs, mm-hmm. you know, you might lose 15 pounds, 20 pounds and gain it all back and not be able to keep going because you don't have the accountability and the support, because you haven't fixed your broken metabolism. Maybe you haven't figured out how to exercise for your best optimal fat burning. And for some of you, that may be no exercise.
That's exactly right.
It all depends on who it is. So when you have, our biggest message tonight is none of you failed at your previous programs. Your previous programs have failed you because they didn't have all the legs to the table.
That's right.
And right now, tonight, we're giving you the opportunity, as the deadline quickly approaches, we're giving you the opportunity to, like, hey, I want to jump back in. Mm-hmm. I want to get in Hope 30, and I want to start, and I'm going to do it with all these other people, and I'm going to have all four legs. I'm going to have an eating style. I'm going to fix my metabolism, and I'm going to have all this coaching and accountability. And if I get stuck, they're going to help me get over the hump. They're going to adapt it for me. Like, yes, and yes, and yes, I want all of that. Then guess what? Don't put it off. Because it is highly likely that if you're like, well, this coming round is not going to be ideal for me, I'm going to put it off. Why put off till tomorrow what you can do today?
That's exactly right.
Because if you're thinking I'm a little busy, mm-hmm. I'm going to tell you the very, very best time to make the commitment to do this and to learn how to do this is when you're busy.
Yes.
Do it when you're the most busy. Mm-hmm. Because guess what? If you learn how to do it when you're the most busy, when you're not busy, it'll be even easier.
Yes.
But if you learn it when there's nothing going on, when it gets busy, what's the likelihood that you're not going to know how to do it when you're busy?
I don't even know if we're ever not busy.
We're always busy. That's my point.
Is anyone in this world, if you're not busy, let me know, because I'll give you some jobs to do.
Yeah.
I mean, we're always busy. And what's so awesome about Hope 30, and the other part that I love, because these are my two favorite things, are the real food. Because I want to go out to lunch with friends, and I want to go to family events, and I want to go to football games, and I want to do all the fun things in life, and I don't want to have to say no. I'm sorry, I'm on a diet. How is that sustainable? That is not sustainable. So real food every single day, learning how to eat real food everywhere. We even give you a drive-through guide, so you can go up and down every highway. You can get food on the fly for your kids, for yourself, and be on plan and doing awesome. So reaching those goals, right, Sarah?
Yes, that's so cool.
Yes.
So if you are like, just so everybody knows, tonight the deadline is midnight. So please sign up tonight. You can just go over to Hope, spell out the word 30.com. If you're like, oh, well, I really want a couple of my friends to do this with me, or some family members or someone else, go ahead and just send them to hope30.com. They can sign up tonight. I will give you a little sneaky hint. If they signed up tomorrow, we probably
send the video tonight.
Yeah, we probably will let them in. I'm just saying.
Go over really quick what they get. Just really quick, the bullet points of what they get. So they get 30 nightly Zooms. More than that. Okay. We've got orientation. They start on Sunday. Okay. Zoom number 1 is we start on Sunday, and Wednesday of next week is day 1 of the eating style that we've been talking about. So we don't even really start until Wednesday. We just all get to know each other. We prep, we shop, we get everything we need in the refrigerator, and then we start on Wednesday. So everybody gets the 30 nightly Zooms and the replays, right? And then we also have a private Facebook group. It's another community where you can put a label in. I'm shopping. We have a food coach in there. She's there all day long and into the night answering questions. I'm at this restaurant. You can give your menu and figure out exactly what should I eat. I'm going out for Mexican with my friends. She's in there to help you all day long. It's an amazing support community. Everybody's in there sharing pictures of their meals and enjoying this experience where they don't feel alone, and they have resources pretty much all day long. Okay. And then there's a metabolic test.
Yeah. So we have an advanced metabolic questionnaire test. When you go and sign up at hope30.com right now, you will get an email. In there will be a link to start taking the test. And that test is going to help figure out which one of your metabolic pathways may be not working at its best, and what are the exact vitamins, minerals, and nutrients that your body needs to help fix that broken metabolic pathway so that your metabolism can run better and more efficiently. And if it does that, weight loss and keeping the weight off long-term becomes better and easier. And that's a really, really huge part of when you have all the things Nicole's talked about so far. These are the things that help you to lose 14.9 pounds in 30 days, or again, lose 40 pounds and go for 25 more going forward.
And then we give you food lists. We tell you exactly, we give you pantry lists, what you might need. We give you everything that you need to be successful. We also have a recipe site with Hopester approved lunches and dinners and sauces and spice mixes. We have all the foods that you would need. We have the drive-through guide. So we want to make this will be so successful that you cannot fail. Here we go. All right. Okay. I'm just going to go ahead. I'm going to turn this one there. Okay. So we are excited to have you on here tonight, and we can't wait to see you on Sunday. The minute that you register, we will be getting all your information, and our assistant Kelly will be touching base with you, making sure that you're ready to go. If you have any questions at all, you can reach out to us. You can put a comment here, and we'll go back and be looking all weekend. And so we're excited to have you guys with us. And is there anything else?
No, Nettie, just so you know, your appointment with Kelly, she will make sure that she's got you 100% all taken care of, and that everything you need is taken care of. So you don't need to worry about anything.
No.
Just have your call with Kelly on Sunday, and she will make sure you are taken care of. Once you sign up with us in Hope 30, we got you. and we will help you every step of the way. And Kelly's got you. You've probably done everything you needed to. And if not, Kelly will make sure that you're taken care of.
Kelly had a very big birthday today. So Nettie, when you talk to her on Sunday, you can wish her happy birthday. So if you didn't hear back from her this afternoon, that's probably why. So she's celebrating tonight. But we're so excited, Nettie, you're joining us.
Yes.
And thank you for all your participation this week on all the Zooms. Well, I keep calling it a Zoom because that's what we do every single night on the lives. Y'all feel free to share this with anyone. Just let anybody know. We're here and we're ready and we're excited for this new fresh start.
Yes. All right, guys. So remember, TikTok, time is running out. So please go get signed up. And I look very, very forward to seeing as many of you, if not all of you, in this next round of Hope 30. If not, I'm sure we will see you in a Hope 30 coming soon. So is that it?
I think that's it.
All right. So just like I tell my son, every day before he goes to school, be your very best today. Hashtag never quit. I believe that God wants the very, very best for you. The day you believe that, change your life forever. Have an awesome, awesome night.
Good night, you guys. See you soon.